So gate procedures, the envelope method with credit cards at gate.
The envelope method is not required, though. It's just recommended, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. My gate, the gate, the envelope method, Torkel started the envelope method at May Crown. I think what, 10 years ago now? It's been quite a while.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of ran with it. And I went to my first Exchequer Seneschal Symposium uh, about 6 months later, and I was asked to teach a gate class. And I just become a brand new Exchequer, and this was how I got thrown into this. So I just took his envelope method. People prefer it. It makes accounting pretty easy.
Yeah, I will say I recommend it, especially for the larger events.
Yeah. So 2008, that was more than 10 years ago.
I
um,
was gonna say that was definitely more than 10 years ago, and I don't want to think about it because yeah, that was a long time ago.
So the materials needed for your for the envelope method at gate, like I said, it is preferred for bigger events. I use a gate box at small events. If it's under 100 people, I know we're going to be there. You want empty envelopes. I grab the ones usually with the peel and stick on the back, so that way you don't have to tape things. Pens, gate sheets, gate seed waivers. Paid members of the SCA in good standing have to run gate with this one. For credit cards at gate, you're going to need separate gate sheets for credit cards at gate. You're going to need a Zettel reader, which if you don't have one in your barony, there are ones throughout the 4 regions that could be borrowed. You need a tablet that has Wi-Fi capabilities or 5G capability. So we'll start with the simple part. It's all really simple actually, but we'll start with the envelopes. In the center, you're going to place the name event. You can do this on stickers, the peel and stick labels. I print on my envelopes when I have time. You're going to have your event name, your sheet number, so that way you have your sheets numbered for your gate people. The date, which will be that day that they're working, if it's a multiple day event with a gate at each day. The shift, I run my shifts in 2 hours. Some people run them in an hour. Some people run them in an hour and a half. The name of the person working that envelope, SCA name or modern name, it doesn't matter. The left side, you're going to have your start seed. I put $50 in each envelope for change, especially at large events, 25 for smaller events. The total cash in the envelope on close, then you're going to subtract the gate seed, and the total in the envelope before you close that envelope as being completed. The gate sheet for cash and check only. So keep that in mind because we're going to have 2 sets of gate sheets at a gate that has credit cards at it. You have your cash and check gate sheets, and I prefer the colored gate sheets, but it's not always cheap to print in color. You're going to have your SCA name, your modern name, your branch name. I have adult and youth on mine, and I've also taken out, this is an older gate sheet, I've taken out blue and white cards. Just your member number and expiration date, the member event fee, the non-member event fee, total paid, cash, check, and then if they pay with check, there's room for them to write a check number there. The nice thing about making sure that somebody writes a check number down, it does happen rarely for those who use checks still. If that check bounces and your bank sends you a form, some send you a picture of the check, sometimes they just tell you check number 2378 bounced that you deposited on such and such date. You can go back to that gate sheet and go, okay, who wrote me check number 2378? And you know that Dawn wrote that check for you, and you can contact them in some way and find out, get those funds back for your barony. Some baronies can say they don't want to do that, that they don't want to seek that out. And some will say in their financial policy that it needs to be paid back. And that includes the site fee and the bounce check fee, which has gone up to $30 in some places. Yes, your grandness exchequer, sir.
My grandness? I'm good.
Sure.
Get a new title. I'm curious if Aquaterra's Exchequer or Gate Lead from Ursumus is in this call.
No.
Because they did something stupidly awesome on that gate sheet that I've started doing locally, where it is, instead of having a member fee and a non-member fee and a total paid on the gate sheet, it was event cost minus member discount amount paid. So everyone was filling out 45 minus 10, 35, or 45, 0, 45. So everyone was seeing that there was a discount for the members, and you're not having to go, oh, it's if it was 35 or 45. It was just like something that I think we want to start doing. But I wanted to give
Oh,
shout
I'm
out
writing
to
that down.
Aquaterra for doing that.
It changed the gate sheets to show it. Event cost and then minus member discount.
Yeah, I will, Kira, I will send you the one that I did for the Canton event that we did 2 weeks ago. That also had a feast fee in it, and I can show you what I mean. It took a little bit of like telling people as they were signing into gate to do that, but once they did that, they understood what they were doing. Easier with the member versus non-member differences.
What?
Gate sheets here, if anybody wants these files, these are shareable. I believe we just put the PDFs in the PayPal group, but I have the Microsoft
Publisher.
Publisher. Thank you. They're stupid files along with the fonts that you need. Just ping me and I can send them to you. You can do whatever you want with them. The ones that I have the two-sided that also have the waivers for the non-members on the back, and they're designed for us. We designed them to sit in a binder upright, like longwise, and so you can just flip the thing up and sign the correct line. But just ping me, or I might just put a link to them on something else on the PayPal, or so excuse me, on the Ontario Exchequers page. That'd probably be easier. I will do that. So just hang tight.
Michelle.
One other thing that has just occurred to me that I was surprised wasn't visible on your envelope. The envelopes that I've used in the past have a bit more on them, but the one really important thing is that you don't break out the NMR paid, and your checker needs that information, and it should be on the front of the envelope, I would think.
I didn't put it on the envelope. You're correct. It is in the I do have a template for a sticker, and it is on that states it has youth, it has adult, youth, and non-member. So that way they're just glancing at it instead of having to break that down further.
Or open the envelope to see how much of that total.
Well, they should be opening that envelope anyway. And I'll go over that, because that envelope has to be opened and reconciled no matter what. If you have somebody who's paying with check and they're paying, or somebody who's paying for multiple people, I would always recommend making sure, actually I say if they're paying with check, they all need to be on the same gate sheet. So don't split your payments. Even youth, keep your youth with your parents on the same gate sheet. That way, if those youth have waivers, they're all together when you put them in the envelope. How many people do you need a gate? For a small event, I usually recommend 3 people. Work best for busy times. 2 people working gate sheets, 1 person sitting between the two to verify envelopes. When you have credit cards, you want a designated person for credit cards to be there. We've run 3 people, one of them running credit cards, one of them and 2 people working cash, and that credit card person being that second verifier of cash if need be. At a large event, we have run up to 6 people for busy times, making sure we have 4 people always working gate sheets in one way or the other, 3 people working cash, 1 person working credit cards, and then 2 people to be able to verify those cash and med envelopes when those envelopes get full and you still have a line of people. That way, because you're making change out of those envelopes and you're accepting everything into that envelope. And then once you fill it with that 15 people on that gate sheet, it's time to close it. But if you have a long line of people, you can't close that out right away, but you should be closing them as soon as possible. As I said before I start, each envelope starts with $50 gate seed and a gate sheet in it, all ready to go. Some people will have their gate sheets over to the side and their envelopes in the box. It's up to you how you want to do it. I like for Autumn War, because it's such a big event, I preset them, I guess. If I used 50 gate sheets the year before, I'm going to set up 55 gate sheets for this year and then have some extra waiting in the side just in case. Your head of gate will verify the gate sheet seed in each envelope. Usually I have them verify the gate seed ahead of time, especially for a large event. If you have $800+ for gate seed, you want to verify that before you start putting it in your envelopes. And then you're going to write the gate sheet number for the envelope on the envelope when you put the gate seed in it. So you're not going to fill all, if you have 50 envelopes, you're not going to fill all 50 envelopes with seed money. You're just getting a start, and then you're going to pull $50 when you close an envelope and put it in an envelope that's ready for another person. You give an envelope to the shift person and they verify that the gate seed is $50 in that envelope, fill in their name, their shift, and then writing down that starting gate seed of $50. So they have verified it, you have verified it. That way you have, and then you obviously verified it with whoever got your gate seed or your exchequer. So that means 3 people deep. You always want a minimum of 2 people deep when it comes to cash and gate. Make sure you have all your waivers for the event, youth waivers, adult waivers, multiple youth waivers. If you have horses on site, the horse waiver. If you have horses on site, and if you want to, like we did at Autumn War, you can have a waiver we have a waiver that is combined horse and non-member. We just had everybody sign it. It was easier. That way it's, oh, don't forget to sign the horse waiver. I understand you're a member, you still have to sign the horse waiver. It's everybody signs the waiver who comes on site and it's over and done with, and you don't have to go, oh my gosh, I didn't have that person. They signed the 9 member, but they didn't sign the horse waiver because they thought they were signing it all. But if you just have one that has it all, it's done. Each person will work until the gate sheet is full or until the end of shift. So if you have somebody working a gate sheet and their time is up or they need to leave, I close that envelope. I don't have them continue on to, I don't have somebody else take over that envelope. I close the envelope. Even if only 4 people have signed in on that gate sheet, you close the envelope because that person was responsible for that money. You verified the money, you pulled the gate seed out, and you seal the envelope and sign the back of the envelope that it's all been verified. Both of you sign the envelope. So when a gate sheet is full and totaled, you fold the gate sheet and place it in the envelope with all the money collected for that sheet. Gate will verify all the columns are totaled and filled out properly. This makes it easier for your exchequer to reconcile gate. Count the total cash in the envelope. You remove the starting $50 for the gate seed and move it to a new envelope that's in the waiting. You verify the amount left in the envelope matches the gate sheet. You place it all in the envelope and seal the envelope. A lot of people use the gate sheets with the waiver on the back. So that way you're filling out that when they sign that gate sheet, if there's a non-member, they turn the gate sheet over and they sign the waiver on the same line that their name is as a non-member. It's a lot easier to track that they actually filled it out. And then your youth waivers also go in that envelope. Some people will take on the youth waivers, will mark where the youth is on the waiver and where their parent is on the gate sheet. So you have a youth and you write they're on gate sheet 12, line 2, parent on line 4. You're going to write all your totals on the front, back on the sheet that I had. And then you're going to verify with signatures of the gate person and the person who worked it on the outside. You're going to sign it on the back when you seal it over the seal. Credit cards at gate. Credit cards at gate. Back to the on-tier authorization request form. If you didn't have pre-reg for your event, but you are using credit cards, this form still needs to be filled out and sent to the ePay deputy. I have credit cards at gate. Request is 6 weeks. She told me today it's 4 weeks, so she changed that. So that means she's more caught up. I'm not sure, but 4 weeks is good. But I always make sure that a week before your event that it's set up and ready to go. Because you could get to your event and she may have forgotten or something distracted her and it's not there. When you do that, you're going to do the same thing. PPAR, Barony name, event, and event date. You need a credit carded only gate sheet and a tablet, the Zettel card reader, and Wi-Fi or data available. Zettel application and login and password. Your exchequer should have this login and password. Each Barony who has used Zettel has received one, and it's easier for the Barony to have one instead of every single person who uses the Zettel machine to have one. So you're going to have a credit card only gate sheet, a credit card only line. You are only taking credit cards on this sheet. You are not taking cash. You are not putting comps. The children, which are zero cost in some baronies and mostly throughout the kingdom, can be on this gate sheet with their parents. You want to keep them on there and keep everybody together. Don't transcend gate sheets if you're paying for multiple people. You want them all on the same gate sheet. Same thing, standard gate sheet, except for on the end, there's going to be timestamp and last four. This is an older sheet before we started collecting the last four. When you run somebody through the Zettel, you're going to make sure that you grab the time that you run that card through the Zettel, and you're going to grab the last four of the credit card number. This is what Zettel looks like when you open the application. So as I said, each of the baronies have their own login. And so like Blathenors or each of the groups, sorry, I'm terrible. So you're going to log in with the email or the login name, I think is what it is now. And then the password that you are assigned. You can filter your event. It's going to come up and it's going to have that whole list of events, just like when you do an invoice. If they're using credit cards at gate, they're going to get the same thing here. And you can hit filter, and then you can look for your event and click on that event. That way you have just your event up on the screen. You're going to choose your charge. If you need to change quantities, press the item in the cart and the quantity page will come up. You can also remove it from the cart this way. So if you accidentally put too many in there, you can remove them. You're going to press card on the prompt to scan in the Zettel reader. We suggest that the cashier handle the card. That way you have that card. If they're not tapping it, you have that card in front of you, and you can just go ahead and write down that last 4. It does prompt for a receipt. You can offer a receipt. Most people will say they don't want a receipt, but it does offer to send it via text or send it via email. So this is the Exchequer closing gate. It's the last part. Usually your Exchequer will close gate with the gate lead. Each gate sheet is totaled and confirmed by 2 people already, so it should go really fast. When doing a gate drop, you need at least 2 people to verify the Exchequer and one of the following, the gate lead or the Exchequer or the event steward. You're going to open the envelope and verify the amount in each envelope matches the amount on the front of the envelope. You're going to place it back in the envelope and verify with your signature, the Exchequer themselves. You're going to place all the envelopes in a larger manila envelope and close and sign and seal. Your credit card gate sheets will need to go with your Exchequer or your gate lead if your gate lead is up for this, but it always has to go to your Exchequer anyway. You are going to scan all of your credit card gate sheets. They have to be scanned and sent to the epayitonthere.org. With the subject line, same subject line for when you close your pre-reg, PPFN, PayPal final numbers, Bernie, the event, and the event date. Or, sorry, I always say the Bernie, the group name. After the event, you're going to reconcile each of your gate sheets with your NMR, your adult, and your youth, and any other fees that you collected at that event. This just happens, I was just for show. So gate sheet 1 through 9, how many non-members were on that gate sheet? And then these are the multiples of 5 still. It's now 10. So you're gonna put in that times 10. The adult numbers and how much gate was without the NMR, and how many youth you had at the event. And then it's total. And hopefully by the time you're done, this total should match what you have in cash. And that is all. Any questions?
I know you and I have talked about this, but our conversation was helpful, so it might help other people. You have people who pre-reg and tell you they're members on their pre-reg, but when you check their card at gate, they're expired. What do you do then?
They do have to pay that NMR at gate if their cards are expired after they pre-reg. Also, when you check in your pre-reg, you should be checking your cards at gate, regardless. Is there a process for resolving discrepancies? For example, if the money in the envelope and the sheet disagree. You would have to that would be between your financial policy and your Exchequer. I can say sometimes we have people who don't get their change back, or they say, don't worry about the change, keep the change, donate it to the Bernie. And that is usually what sets off the discrepancies. And somebody forgets to mark down that it was donated.
Suggestion for the busy gate when you get somebody who says donate the change. On the gate sheet, since you have it there, put a D next to it for donation. So then that way, if there's like an overage in that one, you can see that there's been a gate sheet that has a donation. Most donations tend to be the 5, the 10. because of the site fees and stuff like that. Site fees $35, and all they do is bring two 20s, and so they donate the other $5. Just put a little D next to their name, or someplace on that sheet for each time that happens, so that you can, oh, this sheet's $5 over. What? Oh, we had a donation. Okay, no, not something to panic on.
Andy, have you heard of any groups that have experimented with reduced event fee for people who only attend part of the event? For example, half price if only attending evening court, or of a full day event, or would this be overcomplicated at gate? That is pretty much up to the group itself. I know that in Black and R we experimented with giving a $10 discount or a $5 discount to seniors and students. It is something that we are working on doing, because that $10 increase on the NMR, that $5 really does hit somebody hard if they're a non-member. We have some seniors who only do a couple events a year and they're not members anymore. And so that gives them that chance to still be able to attend those couple events, because I can't comp a non-member, but we can look at that discount. And so it's up to however you work and how you did your bid. If you have a one-day event and you bid for, if they come in after 3:00, you only want to charge, $15 instead of $25 for the event, that had to be in your bid versus worrying about it being at gate. Also, reminder, when you do your bids for your events, you want to make sure that you get your credit card fees and your PayPal fees into the event. There will be something going up soon, kind of a checklist that will have those fees broken down for you per invoice, how you would kind of figure that out.
If you estimate 95 cents for a $20 entry, that's a good rough guesstimate.
So
Isabella's working on a checklist.
this is Carrick. Clarification on that then. So, for example, if we have put into the bid that says first time event attendees only pay a $10 site fee, would that $10 site fee go into the NMR, or does it go into the proceeds for the event? I'm a first time X checker here, so just trying to clarify some of that.
I've actually never had somebody ask me that way. Normally it's because the NMR has to be paid for a non-member, and you cannot comp a non-member. Right. So you might want to have a non-member pay $15. That way they're at least paying $5 of that site fee, and the other 10 is going towards the NMR.
Okay. Yeah, you can't comp somebody who's not paid.
Right. You cannot comp a non-member. You have to be a paid member of the SCA to be comped.
For the record, that's not necessarily SCA rules. That's the IRS.
Right.
So there was a question in the chat about quick FYI for Canadian branches. We do not have access to Zettle. Still good info for volunteering at US events. I would like to add a small caveat of yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah, as a point of clarification regarding the NMR fee having to be charged, that only applies if there is an event fee being charged to everyone.
Correct. Right. If there's no fee at all, you do not have to charge for it. You don't. Yeah. If say you have an event and there's no fee, but you're asking for a toy donation and it's volunteer, then that's what your fee is. There's no non-member fee at all.
Okay, I do have a question. Is there a possibility of setting up a fund to pay non-member NMR fees?
There have been groups that have done that. There can't be anything with the branch money to have that done. But if you in your particular I like to play the SCA methodology says I would like to set up a fund for donating site fees for newcomers, and that money doesn't come into the branch groups. It is not official from the branch groups. It's completely separate from the branch groups. I just go like this, la 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 la.
I have one. I have one in Black Lenore. We have a fund. It's called Black Lenore Cares. And if somebody wants to donate money for somebody to get into the gate, since I'm no longer an exchequer, if they want to do that, they can bring me that and I will have it available for anybody.
And as the Black Lenore exchequer, I don't touch that at all. I have nothing to do with it.
Right.
Thank you for that clarification. It's been a question that I've heard, and I thought that was probably the case, but so it is possible to set something up like that, but the funds have to be completely separate from anything dealing with the official accounts. Okay.
Correct.
Like the way we've traditionally handled it in Wieldsmere is we have a couple who regularly before an event offers to sponsor a newcomer, and then that couple will pay the fee and they handle all of that. The exchequer doesn't get involved. The barony doesn't hold the money. They're aware, and when we have somebody who was like, oh, I was told so and so is going to cover my fee, then we go get that person and they come to gate.
Yep, I have it.
They take care of it.
Or I have a Black Lenore benefactors for feasts. If somebody says I will sponsor 3 feast tickets, if somebody needs it, we put it out there. And if somebody says, hey, I really want to go to feast and I can't afford it, I just send them the invoice.
One question we had, if I may, as an exchequer though, I cannot work gate.
Correct.
Okay, that was when we just wanted to clarify and make sure.
Oh wait,
you can run credit cards at gate, because I do it all the time.
You can't be the primary at gate.
You can't be the primary at gate.
You can't be the primary at a gate for your own branch.
Okay, because we're very small.
Gate.
Okay.
Now, depending on the number of groups and the people, you might have to, like, I mean, my canton has six members right now. I have to gate sometimes, right?
I'm in a group that has Kingdom exchequers all over the world in it, and branch exchequers, and some of them were saying that we only run our gates, and I'm like going,
oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
I would check your financial policy and check the Kingdom financial policy. That's where I would start. I mean, because I believe the Kingdom financial policy states that as an exchequer, you cannot be in charge of the funds of the event for gate. But you can certainly work gate. You can certainly verify funds with people.
Okay.
I've been in charge of gate even as an exchequer, but I have always run things 2 to 3 deep with my seneschal involved, because the exchequer and the seneschal have always worked very closely in Black Lenore. And I have set up gate for somebody to be there accepting money besides myself. I have run the credit card machine and supervised and trained, but I have never been the one that has accepted the funds from, I've never accepted the cash from somebody while sitting at gate. I've always made sure somebody else was the person to do that.
And that was just one of the debates that was going on is what those policies were. Again, we're a small shire and there aren't a lot of us to do things. So, we wanted to make sure. So thank you.
In the words of my own pelican, I will tell you that always run gate 2 people deep, because people get funny about money.
Thank you. And I appreciate all the work that you put into training us.
Thank you. So the Exchequer is a really big family. We are here for you. Join the Facebook Exchequer team. Reach out if you're only on Discord. Torkel and I are both on Discord. Mishka's on Discord. We have each other's back as much as we possibly can.
Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Welcome to the Exchequer family. We have cookies.
You gotta have something, otherwise we got nothing.
Just a lot of pressure and a checkbook.
Well, that is the end of my class. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I actually think this is the biggest one that I've had. I thought the one after COVID was big, but this is huge. I'm sorry I haven't had a class in a long time. I lost my computer in October and didn't get it back until December, and then I had to get ready for elevation.
Thanks, Kira.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.